Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to give you a couple of exercises to help cervicogenic headaches. The exercises that we did in the last video were from McKenzie, world famous therapist from New Zealand. In this video, we're going to give you McKenzie's exercises to help with headaches. Last episode, if you remember, it was for low back and sciatica. Couple simple exercises we're going to share with you. We'll go over a little bit of anatomy and how they work. Let's get into the video and let's take a look at some of the exercises to help cervicogenic headache. Well, welcome back to another episode of Physio Tips with Marrow. I'm your host, Marrow Burnett. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm a board-certified orthopedic specialist in physical therapy and the owner of Australian Physiotherapy Specialists Physical Therapy Center here in Jacksonville, Florida. For today's video, we're going to give you some exercises to help with cervicogenic headache pain. But let's start out by defining cervicogenic headache. A cervicogenic headache is a special headache that usually emanates from the upper cervical spine. C1, C2, and C3 are the top 3 neck bones. Remember, we have 7 neck bones altogether. But the nerves at C1, 2, and 3 are very sensitive. And so when the upper neck is irritated, inflamed, maybe the joints are in a pinch, this could easily irritate these nerves, which then triggers pain to go off into the head and face. One particular nerve that gets a lot of attentions for cervicogenic headache is the trigeminal nerve. Trigeminal nerve has 3 branches. It goes to your forehead, your sinus, and your jaw. So when your upper neck is irritated, it kind of follows the pathway to the brain that crosses wires with the trigeminal nerve. So pain in the upper neck can easily be interpreted as pain in the trigeminal nerve. You might have pain in the sinus and wonder, why am I always getting sinus headaches? Maybe you've been to the ENT several times for this. Or you could get pain around the eye or behind the eye or in the forehead. This can be a pretty terrible, debilitating situation as your upper neck is sore and you're feeling this pain constantly. Some of my patients get headaches as frequent as every day to 4 to 6 times a week. Another nerve that can be irritated with the upper neck is called the occipital nerve. The occipital nerve connects to C1, 2, and 3 as well, and this will radiate pain off to the back of the head, and this can be pretty awful as well. So if you've had pain in the neck, maybe stiffness in the neck, you've gotten frequent headaches, maybe you have pain with turning your head right to left or up and down. If you do, then you could be a sufferer of cervicogenic headaches. Let's get into exercise number 1, McKenzie chin tuck in the seated position. The way this works is I'm going to take maybe a couple fingers on my chin and I'm going to guide my chin back. So I'm going to go straight back like I'm tucking my chin in as far as I can go comfortably. I touch the tightness and then I come back off. Imagine your head's on rollers and it's just going straight back. You don't want the chin to tilt down. You don't want the chin to tilt up. You just go straight back. And you think to yourself, pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off. I've done 2 reps so far. We're going to do a total of 10. Pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off. That's 4. Pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off, pressure on, pressure off. And then pressure on, pressure off. Okay, so that's our first exercise. Pretty simple, chin retraction. What this is going to do is help stretch out the really tight muscles in the base of the head. The same muscles that could irritate those nerves that could cause the cervicogenic headache. So the way you would do this exercise, you do 10 reps. Make sure that it's not making you worse, of course. But in most cases, unless your pain is very severe, you might be able to get away with this in the seated position. You do 10 reps, and then every 2 hours during the day, you would repeat the process. So you're going to end up with 6 to 8 sets of this per day, spread out evenly over 2-hour periods. Maybe you would do this for the first 2 or 3 days and look to see if it's decreasing your headaches or decreasing your headache frequency. If it's decreasing your headaches, you're responding well, but you still have some headaches, it's not completely resolved, there's a second exercise that we can try. Let's get into exercise number 2. You've tried exercise number 1 for 2 or 3 days straight. Remember, 10 reps every 2 hours. Maybe you've noticed it's helping, but it hasn't helped all the headache symptoms go away. So now it's time we're going to try exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 is going to be an exercise where we're going to very gently stretch the neck forward into flexion. Before beginning this exercise, as a safety precaution, let's just make sure that when you flex forward, it's not absolutely terrible. It's not making your headache go through the roof. It's not causing severe, horrible pain. If it is, then we're going to skip it, and there's some other measures that we can do. We'll get into that maybe the next video. But if you can pull this off and it's not bad, then this is what we're going to do. As you flex forward, you're going to very gently place your hands around the base of your head here, back of your head. Just let the weight of your arms carefully stretch your head down so your chin's going towards your chest. Hold it for 4 or 5 seconds, and then you gently return. Reassess, see how it made the headache feel. You could even reassess and see how your range of motion feels. If that helped a little bit, then we're going to do this maybe 2 or 3 reps, right? So let's do a couple more reps. Gently let the weight of your hands stretch you down. I am not pulling my head forward in a real vigorous way that could hurt my neck. Hold for 5 seconds and return. So maybe we do about 3 repeats, and that's going to be exercise number 2. Patient the other day that I was treating came in with an 8 out of 10 headache. We literally just did these 2 exercises, and the headache went from 8 to a 2. I'm not saying it's going to do that for every headache every time, but it's definitely worth giving it a try. In most cases, it's very safe to try. So it's definitely worth giving it a go and see how you do. So exercise number 2 would be done on the every 2-hour frequency, just like exercise number 1. Try that for 2 or 3 days. If you notice that exercise 1 plus exercise 2 is not lessening your headaches or it's making it worse, of course, stop the exercises, consult with your doctor or your local therapist or physiotherapist for some better advice. But as a first line defense, it's worth giving it a try. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's easy to do. Exercise number 3, you've tried exercise 2, the bringing the head down with the arms, and maybe you found that to be a little too uncomfortable. Here's a variation on exercise 2 that may be a little bit more comfortable for you and a little less irritating. You're going to take your hand. This is called fist traction. This was created by a great therapist named Brian Mulligan. So you take your hand, you put it on your chest, and then you're going to drop your chin right into the hole, and then you very gently press like you're going into flexion. You hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then you relax, and you would do that 2 or 3 reps. The idea is that the hand blocks my neck and it doesn't let me overflex or hurt my neck. If you have pain with flexion or maybe some pain with behind the eye or top of the head, this is definitely an exercise worth trying, especially if you tried exercise number 2 of the McKenzie exercises and you found that to be uncomfortable. You could substitute out exercise number 2 for this exercise, exercise number 3. So there's 3 exercises that you could try for cervicogenic headaches. Well, thanks for watching today's video on 3 tips to help cervicogenic headaches. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button below, and remember, you can always subscribe to our channel to receive more videos like this in the future. And just as a reminder, if you hit that little bell on your screen, that's going to give you notifications when our new videos come out. I'm going to try to upload maybe a new video at least maybe every 2 weeks. I'll try to do once a week. But, you know, I'm a working guy treating patients every day. We'll do the best that we can, right? But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on Physio Tips with Marrow.